Hello people, welcome back to another episode of Relating Me and You and Me through YouTube, and here I am with another episode of my swatch series which I'm most excited about because I am here with P. Louise bases today. I am going to swatch them, I'm going to play with them, and then I'm going to tell you whether they are worth the hype and the money that we spend on them. So without me much blabbering, let's just directly get into the video. Let's begin. So first I'm going to start with the swatching because obviously swatch series, and I'm going to swatch all of these colors on my hand, show you how they look on my hand, how they swatch, how opaque they are, everything about it, and then we are going to start playing around and create this look.
And you'll have to let it go, let me be clear. It's my year. I'll never find someone better than me.
So I'm going to start with the bases first. I'm going to lay out them first and see how they work, and then we are going to see how we proceed forward with it. And yeah, so let's just start with that. So I'm going to start with this P. Louise Basic Cosmetic Base in the shade Vivid Violet. This is how it looks, and I am going to lay this first on my eyelid. We are going with little mismatch trend today because I want to use as many colors as possible. So I'm trying to do the mismatch trend today, and this is how it looks, you can see. And if I swatch it with a brush, it has a very nice pigmentation. You can see how easily it gets swatched on my hand. I hope camera is picking up because I cannot really see it on my viewfinder, but yeah, this is how it is looking. This is how it is on the brush, and now I'm going to put it on my eye. And let me tell you, I have not put in any base on my eye. I have not put any base on my eye. The reason being, these are called as bases and we want to see how they work, whether they can work themselves or they need anything to set them out, because they are liquid after all. So I'm not sure if they will set themselves or we have to put some powder or something to set them. Anyways, we'll start with that. And you can see the pigmentation of my eye, that's already there. I have not covered it. I want to see what kind of coverage these bases provide. Okay, they are quite pigmented and easily blendable too. They're really opaque. They're not losing their opacity as I drag them around, and good coverage. So just one tiny drop has covered my whole eyelid, and I am happy about it. But they're not as easily drying as I thought they will be. In fact, you can work them in really well, and as you can see, I'm building it up. That's also very convenient. You can see, first I dragged them all around, and now I am just dabbing them on place so that they can dry on their own. But let's just see if they are self-drying or we have to set them. And the brush I am using here is from Pack Eye Care series. I'll link it down below just in case you're interested. You can go and check it out. They're definitely not self-drying because it's been a few seconds and they're not dried at all. I mean, I understand that is important if you want to work your eyeshadows in. It's been 10 to 20 seconds, but they're still not dried. They are quite wet yet. And I understand that because if they dry so quickly, it will be difficult to work with them and to do the whole blending process, because that takes some time. So they cannot dry so quickly. So I mean, I'm not mad at that, but I've taken a fluffy brush and I'm trying to see if I can blend these. By the way, the brush is clean. It looks a little red, but actually it's clean. It's just stained. Let's see how they blend out. They are very easy to blend out also. I mean, the edges blended in no time. You can see it blended in no time. And also they are very pigmented. As I'm blending, the color is getting lighter, but it is still moving upwards. And if you can hear the noise from outside, I just cannot help it. It's Ganesh Chaturthi and there's noise all around me. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. It's nice and blended. Now I'm using this Mermaid Heart palette. This is the color scheme that it has, and I'm using this to set this whole look. And the color that I find closest is this one. There's no other color that's lilac as it is. So I'm just taking a little bit of it and see how it works when I put powder on top of it. Now when I've added color on top of it, I mean the color is very different from what I have put, but it is working really nice with powders also. The powder is also looking a little wet now. I'll add some more to it. But I think this blue lilac is also a vibe now. I'm trying to create this lilac blue kind of a look, and I'm just going to put that lilac on the outer and inner corner, which is known as Vivid Violet. But yeah, trying to put it on the outer and the inner corner to give it more lilac look than blue, because right now it's looking blue. You can see it's been quite some time I've put the color on my hand, but it's still very wet and still nice and walkable, and it covers any shadow very quickly. But let me tell you, this color is very pigmented. It's nice, it's wet, it's blendable, and it does not settle in the crease too much. Proceeding further, I am taking this orange shade, which is known as OTT Orange. Again, taking it on the back of my hand, just a tiny bit. You see how tiny I have to use to do my full eye? They're nice and pigmented. And I'm taking an angled brush again from PAC, and I'm taking the color on the top, on the tip of the brush, because I want to kind of create an smudged eyeliner, like an eyeliner but a smudged one, because I'll see then how it behaves on top of the cream as well as on top of the powder. So let's just see how it works and whether it dries down or not, because that's also a very big question. Because if I use it as an eyeliner, it has to dry down, otherwise it will spread all over. I'm not using the best brush, let me change that. Now I'm using this eyeliner brush which comes with the gel liners, with Maybelline gel liners. So I'm taking this orange on top of it and see if this works any better. And this is how it is looking on one coat. I mean, it is not extremely opaque. It is opaque, it is pigmented, but I am dragging it, so maybe the opacity is going down a little bit. I'll take a little more and try to dab it. Now when I have a good amount on the brush and I just dab it on place, it works much better. It is going very smoothly over powder as well as over cream, so that's not an issue. It can cover anything basically. It's performing really well over anything and everything, and I'm liking it. Let me just sharpen my eyeliner and I'll be right back. And this is the wing that I created. Now you can see that by mistake I got that orange on the top because it does not dry down, so I definitely have to fix it. If I'm using it as an eyeliner, I have to set it with a powder base. Hence I'm using this Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I'm using this orange here to just fix my base. What I can see here is that it is grabbing the powders very nicely. So basically it is very compatible with the powder shadows also. Like the blue I used here was very easy to work with, and now the orange that I am dabbing over it is also going very smoothly. Now let's just see how easy or how difficult it is to remove this orange that's on the top where it should not be. Okay, I'll use my nail first and see if I can scratch it like we do with the mascara once it dries down. But that doesn't seem to work here because it's not drying down. Okay, I'll go up with the shadow that I used, the base, Vivid Violet. But since it's orange and it's really dark, it's not covering it up. Let's see if I put a little more shadow on top of it. Yeah. So basically they can cover any color, no matter how dark or how light it is. And this is how the eye is looking. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to repeat the same procedure. I'm taking the violet first, putting it across my lower lash line. So that's the one eye, and this is how it is looking. I have basically applied mascara and highlighted my brow bone after it, and I think it looks stunning. And if you follow me for a while, you definitely know that I am not the person who uses a lot of eyelashes because I'm just not good at it. That's it. So now let's proceed with the second eye, and for the second eye I am using this color known as Hint of Mint. So it's a green color in a mint shade, pastel green, and I'm going to use that. So taking a little bit of it on the back of my hand. Again, take a flat brush from the Pack Eye Care series. This is how it is swatching. Very nice, beautiful, opaque color. Again, I'm not putting any base here. I'm just taking away the oil that's there on my eyelid because this is the base. And I'm going to start by dabbing again the whole mint over my eyelid. You know what? I'm loving this color more than the lilac one. I did not think that way. I thought I liked the lilac more, but it's going other way around. Again, it's very nice, blendable. When I'm dragging it, the opacity is not going away. It's spreading evenly all over my eyelid. It's not creasing right now. I don't know, after some time I'll let you know. But it's not creasing. It is covering the pigmentation of my eyes. Good opacity. I'm just going to extend my eyelid a little towards the top. This is drying quicker than the lilac one. A little quicker, not extremely, but yeah, a little quicker. I'll just dab and see if it dries down any quick or if the opacity is affected by this. So I'm dabbing it, but the opacity is not getting affected. I mean, it is drying down, but the opacity is not getting affected. Maybe just a tiny bit near my lash line, a very tiny bit, not even noticeable. I'm taking my clean blending brush again, and this is from the Pack Eye Care series, to see if the blending works for this one and if the color gets lighter as we blend it out. I'm doing small circular motions and little bit of to and fro motions to blend the color out. This is feeling more wet, the feeling of wet. This is feeling wet. This never felt wet, but this is definitely feeling wet. Okay, it's blending nice. It's quick blending, but if you compare this to the lilac one, it's not as quick. This color is more pigmented than the lilac, because lilac faded away very quickly. This is not fading away that quickly, so that's there. Now with the top of the brush, I'm just going around the most external edge of my shadow or base to see if it is just blending out completely. Definitely. And I think the blend really looks beautiful. It's really, really nice. It is still dry, but it is not settling in the crease. That's the best part. It is not settling in the crease. I'm not saying it is dried down. No, definitely not. It takes some time, and that's good in case of blending, because when you want to take some time to blend the eyeshadows out, this is really nice for that. And at the same time, it is not settling in the crease, so that's a yay. Now from the same Mermaid palette, I'm going to take this green color, which is actually a glittery green and matches with that mint green. Let me show you. See, it's a very nice match. So I'm taking this glittery green, mint green shade. I'm just going to dab it at the center. Oh wow. My powder shadows are turning a little chunky. Which they generally don't. I'm not using this palette for the first time. And I know this palette has fallout. I've used this palette before on my channel. This palette definitely has fallout, but it has never turned chunky as it is doing right now. But the glitters are now looking like foiled. They got stuck to the base very nicely. And this is how my other eye is looking. I used the other shade for liner, Ruby Boy Red, This is the shade that I used, and I think this is the most stunning shade out of all the shades that it is much more pigmented. The working with it is much better compared to the orange. The orange was little difficult when it came to eyeliner, but when I put eyeliner of this one, it's amazing. It's amazing. You can already see how dramatic I went with this one, right? I love this anytime more than the orange one. So guys, time for the final verdict. I have played a lot with these eyeshadows now, the bases now, P. Louise bases. That's been such a big jazz all around, and I am here to give my final verdict. So what I would like to tell you is they are extremely pigmented, they are very opaque, very blendable, very easy to stick powder shadows on top of it, so it can work really well as bases. But when I talk about downsides, there are only a little bit, which I am not mad at. I mean, I can just work around that. So first thing is, it breaks around the borders. Now when I have put any powder shadow on top of the base, it's not that the whole shadow is breaking. No, it's settled very nicely on top of the base, but along the border where you have that border between the powder and the liquid, it breaks a tiny bit. But that's not something that's extremely visible, just that I can notice it, but you can play around that, as I said. So that's there. And apart from that, I have to settle this bases with a powder, or else I have to give them really some time to fix and get dried down, because they're not quickly self-drying. I mean, they are self-drying, because I can see this purple dried on its own really quick, but that depends on how much product you are applying. If you are taking too much of product and you want the pigmentation to be maximum, it's going to take some time to dry down. But if I talk about very little base, very little, and just work around it and blend it a little bit, it will dry quickly. So it also depends the technique that you are using to work with these bases. I really love them, and I think every money that I spent on it is worth it. And when coming to my favorite, I think this Ruby Boy Red is my favorite, because anyways I love the color red, plus it was very easy to play with. And the one that I'm disappointed with is actually orange, because the orange is also, when I mix it with red, it just does not turn out to be a different color, but it just turns out red, more blood red. This kind of gives a maroon hint, but when I mix that with orange, it turns to be proper red. So that's there. And apart from that, I think not that I'm mad with orange, I still love orange, I like this orange, but I was expecting a little more out of it. I was expecting it to be a little more neon, but anyways, I like them. The only thing that I did not use here is this Rumor 02 base. I did not use this because I wanted to see how pigmented and how well they perform without any base, and I think I am speechless about that. But about this base, we'll have a different video where we'll be comparing this base with the normal concealer that I generally use to stick my eyeshadows on top of them. Yeah, so we'll use this some other time. Apart from that, that's all for this video. And if you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up, and if there is anything that you want me to make videos on, drop it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to do it. Until then, take care. Tada!